Sanbonan Ninjani. Welcome back to Siafunza. I'm proud of you for continuing through the lessons. If you have been following along and you are still here, well done to you. Today, we're going to do a bit of a fun lesson. I'm quite excited about it, and I hope you enjoyed too. So this is part 1 of SiSwati Hacks. Learning a language is a lot of work, but we can make it a little bit easier or give ourselves a boost by finding out some things that make it less challenging, is what we'll put in. A hack is what we're calling them. So this is part 1, and this one is one of my favorite hacks about SiSwati. People don't realize it because the language sounds so different, and yet if you think about this and you focus on this, you realize it actually makes SiSwati easier than a lot of other languages, specifically English for sure. So this is the hack. Every time you see a vowel in SiSwati, remember our vowels are A, E, I, O, U. In SiSwati, the vowels are always pronounced the same way. I'll repeat. In SiSwati, the vowels are always pronounced the same way. So every time you see a vowel, it's always going to be pronounced that way. Consonants are a different topic, but the vowels are always pronounced that way. So when you see the letter A, it's always going to be ah, 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 all the time. When you see the letter E, it's always going to be e, 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 all the time. When you see the letter I, it's always going to be E, 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 all the time. And when you see the letter O, it's going to be O, 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 O. Lastly, when you see the letter U, it's always going to be U, 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 U. Always the vowels are pronounced the same way. So in SiSwati, this is how we say the vowels. A, E, O, U. And they're always pronounced that way. Let me repeat it and you can say it with me. And I'll encourage you to say this over and over so you get familiar and comfortable with how the vowels are always pronounced. A, E, O, U. One more time for fun. A, E, O, U. Now let's look at some word examples. And some of these words you might recognize. Hopefully you learned a few new words as well. But let's see what this looks like in actual words. Let's start with the letter A. The word that we're going to use is hamba. Hamba. By now you should be familiar with that word. That means to go, to walk, or to leave. A hamba. Hamba. That's it. Let's go to the next one and let's add the letter E. So this word is going to have the A, which is pronounced A, and then we're going to add the letter E, which is pronounced A. This word is phela. Phela, which means to finish. E is pronounced A, and the letter A again is pronounced A. Phela. So we have hamba, phela. Vowel A is still being pronounced the same way. E is just E, E. Go on to the next one. Sita. Sita. That means help, as in to help someone. The verb. Sita. Sita. A is still being pronounced the same way. I is pronounced E and will always be pronounced E. Let's do 2 more. Bona. Bona. That is to see or to understand. A is still being pronounced the same way as it always will be, and O is being pronounced O as it always will be. Let's do the last one. Buga. Buga. And that is look. A is still being pronounced the same way, and U is pronounced U as it will always be pronounced every time you see it. Let's run through those words. together. Hamba, phela, sita, bona, buga. Let's do another one, a quick one for fun. I'm gonna add some clicks to this one. And I just want you to see that even when there's clicks in there, the vowels are still pronounced the same way. So when the challenge of the click comes, you take the hack of knowing the vowels are pronounced the same way, and it's less difficult to figure out the word because you have one less thing to have to think about. Let's do 5. We'll start with the letter A and just move on through the vowels. Kala. Kala. That means to start or to begin. Kela. Kela. That means to ask for. Cima. Cima. That means to turn off. Toga. Toga. That means to put on, as in clothes. And lastly, uma. Uma. That means to jump. So there's all kinds of crazy clicks in there making it fun, but can you see the vowels are being pronounced the same way? A, E, I, O, U. Let's go through the click ones again before we end. Kala, Kela, Cima, Toga, Uma. I hope this was helpful to you. It's such a fun one, and I'm excited to teach you the next one. How about you go out and be bold and start reading some SiSwati, because now you can read all the vowels. You'll figure out the consonants as you do, but let's start strong on the vowels because now you know a trick that you can use. See you next time.